Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. Currently it is Tuesday and let's get right to the charts as Bitcoin is right now still trying to break out of the weekly pivot. As you can see, we have our weekly pivot sitting at 87.8k, and yesterday Bitcoin actually broke above it, but as you can see on a hard time frame we did not manage to actually close a candle above it, and right now price is still struggling to break out. But as I have told you, after such a move towards the downside from the all-time high, basically a 36% move, it is not wise to look for shorts. Right now what you wanna be doing is potentially you wanna be looking for a retest of the highs and also potentially the moving averages. Basically the weekly pivots are giving us a very clear direction of where price might be heading in next. And since we did have a very big sell-off, basically we had 4 weekly bearish candles in a row, I do think that it is time we are due for a relief rally, even though it is taking quite a bit of time. Right here, as you can see, Bitcoin is struggling, even though the stock market is doing quite well. As you can see on the daily and on the weekly, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500 are actually almost reaching towards our targets right here that we had from our previous videos. And basically I was talking about how the S&P 500 needs to flip this level. Basically we wanna see something like this for a potential structure change. Basically the all-time high being taken out if the S&P 500 manages to break above 6,790, retest this level for a bullish retest, and then we go for the all-time high. But as you know, on the stock market the moves are slower than on Bitcoin, so this is going to be taking quite a bit of time, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks to play out. But still right now it is looking pretty nice. Ethereum also on the weekly time frame looks due for a bounce up. You can see our RSI momentum curving to the upside on the weekly time frame. On the daily we got also a nice curvature to the upside after being overbought right here at the bottom, and something that Ethereum is right now actually trading above its weekly pivot rather than below it like Bitcoin is showing some signs of strength. Basically you can see the Bitcoin dominance has been falling to the downside, which has also been fueling the move for Ethereum. Basically since yesterday the Bitcoin dominance has been falling to the downside. Solana has also been having a pretty nice move from the value area low right here of this bigger macro range. As you can see right now it is struggling at the 0.786 FIP level, and once we get above that our next level would be at 143, which is where our POC of the level, as you can see, is sitting. Basically this line right here is very important level for Solana to take out, and if we manage to break above it, then a move towards the golden pocket would be around 25%. That would take us to 170, which in my opinion is going to be a very key target for Solana to either break it or make it level. So we will see what will happen, but of course everything depends on what Bitcoin will do. For now we do have the stock market moving in with us, and as I said, if the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 continue to the upside, so will Bitcoin. But if we see them start rejecting from this level, then it is going to get very, very bad for Bitcoin, and we might even retest this level, this box right here that I have, this order block, macro order block on the hard time frames. And as you can see, this will take us from 70 80k basically all the way to 74k, which if you look at it for right now, this is just basically a 14.6% of a move, so nothing too big for Bitcoin right now. We might get a aggressive liquidations towards the downside, like for example the one that we got right here and the one that we had right here. Not as extreme as the one that we had during the 6th of October, the biggest capitulation event, the biggest liquidation event, but you get what I'm saying. We might see another liquidity sweep towards this level, and maybe then Bitcoin can make something like this, a double bottom with a bullish divergence, and then we might see Bitcoin take off towards those bigger levels. But as I said, it might have been the bottom right here for now at 81k, and Bitcoin might be having a bigger relief into the next coming days. If you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see we still had a lot of liquidity stacked up right here towards 89k and basically all the way above towards 93. We do have a lot of liquidity, which is, I am pretty confident that we are going to be taking this liquidity out sooner than later. But of course, this is not a financial advice. These are just my outlooks for the markets. Always do your own research. And let's look at the fear and greed index also. We are right now still in extreme fear territory. Basically, we are in that zone since I do think a couple of days, basically since the since the 13th of November, so a couple of weeks it has been in the extreme fear territory. And we do have for yesterday, the Monday, 150 million of ETF outflow, so another red day for the spot ETF for Bitcoin. You can see right here we are seeing some decline happening. Last time that we saw it like this, it started to curve nice up for another run basically towards the upside. So it is possible that history will repeat and we are going to see another breakout for Bitcoin. Now for the long versus shorts ratio for the day, we do have still once again a bit of more sellers. Basically we are still heavy on the short side, but as you can see right here, the shorts are right now getting squeezed because we had during this move down open interest go down, the delta going down. So basically we had a lot of short positions opening up right here, and right now they are getting squeezed to the upside, which is completely normal. The funding rates still sitting negative on some of the major exchanges for Bitcoin, which is either a reversal sign or we are due for another correction down. But I think this covers it for today, guys. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.